Hey there, welcome back. Total Geek Live Baltimore presents. I'm Baltimore, and today I'm here with you, and I will be talking about the Thanos Imperative. Bum bum bum. That's right, the 2010 crossover event that brought back Thanos in a very big way to the Marvel Universe. It's here. So Dan Abnett and Andy Landing created this comic. They were the creators behind it. They wrote it, they plotted it. Great art in there as well. There's a couple of different people that were artists on this. 6-issue miniseries with sort of a prologue and an epilogue tied into it. The Ignition was the intro, and the Devastation was the closer for this. So I guess basically it's an 8-issue. But this is a really fantastic event if you are interested in, seeing more of Thanos and what he is, in the Marvel comic world. You should definitely get into this miniseries because it brings him back and kind of sets him up for the next, wave of stories that happened. And of course, this is from 2010, so we do have, a little bit of history here. So basically, Thanos has come back. He's come back in a big, huge way, and he wants to kind of, do what he always does, take over. And this is sort of a culmination of all the events that have been happening since 2006, the kind of ramp up of the Marvel Cosmic era, corner of the universe. So it kind of caps that off. It's pretty fascinating and interesting stuff. Starting with the Annihilation and continuing on with, we have the War of Kings, Realm of Kings, and now we have, the events of, the Cancerverse and the Fault, and this kind of plays into that and kind of, takes it on. So we have the Guardians of the Galaxy, who are trying to watch over the newly resurrected Thanos and try to make sure that he's not doing, bad things, but of course they can only do so much, and Thanos is Thanos. And even with Gamora and Drax there, they don't really, aren't able to take him out as they want to. We have Nova, who's pursuing a villain, and Lord Marvel. So I don't know if you remember, but the Cancerverse is basically a world, a dimension area where life is life and death doesn't exist. And so everybody's corrupted. Everybody is a dark version of, who they were. So the Avengers there are the Revengers. Captain Marvel, who we know and love, the original Captain Marvel, is a Lord Marvel, dark, bad, not good. So Nova is in pursuit of him. He's trying to, stop him and keep him from, infecting the rest of our world and universe with all these dark things. He's the leader of the Cancerverse, and he wants to spread their undeath to this universe. So we have to keep them out. We have to keep the, Cancerverse inside and not here. So the Guardians of the Galaxy decide they want to keep Thanos in the Cancerverse. That would kind of solve their problems. And so while Nova and the other heroes, attack Lord Marvel, they kind of lose the body over there. It's not really great. It doesn't work out the way that they want. When Marvel realizes that Thanos is in the Cancerverse, he goes back there, and when they finally meet, the surprise there is that Thanos surrenders because he wants to die. He loves death. And that's kind of the weird thing about Thanos is, most people have an unrequited love or someone that they're like really passionate for, or someone that they're actually with that they're like, oh my god, this person is amazing. Well, for Thanos, this person is death. Yes, the actual personification of death he is in love with. So everything he does is to impress her and to get her to love him back. So it's not a great relationship there, it's not very balanced, if you know what I mean. So Thanos accepts death, and when this happened, death is herself is, hugely upset and basically leashes out, and it causes all of Marvel's followers, all of them, to die immediately, to disappear, to be, taken off the board, so to speak. So it's really climactic there. And then so they die, the Fault is collapsing, and to stop Thanos from coming back, because in the Cancerverse there's no actual death, so to stop him from coming back into our world, Nova and Star-Lord stay behind in last-ditch effort to kind of stop Thanos from ever coming back here. They're, backs against the walls. We're gonna save the universe in a heroic manner that only Nova and Star-Lord could do. And they stop him and keep him in the Cancerverse for real. And this was pretty powerful because it had a lot of lasting ramifications. After this, the Nova is no more. He is dead. Star-Lord is dead. Um, so we have the cancellation of his series, and there's no more Nova in the universe at all. He was the last Nova. So this leads into the Annihilator series, which is a 4-issue miniseries with Quasar, newly renovated or reinvigorated Quasar, Ronin. You have Cosmo, you have the Space Knight, you have Gladiator, you have Beta Ray Bill. Love Beta Ray Bill, and the Silver Surfer, and they are the team up that comes after this. There's no Guardians at this point. That's canceled too. So you have them. They are the ones who are protecting the universe. They are annihilators. They're anything that goes wrong in the universe, they're going to be the first responders. And that was really fun. I really enjoyed their series. And they actually, I think they had backups in there with with Groot and Rocket Raccoon. So those were kind of fun to kind of watch and enjoy and read. But yeah, so this kind of encapped the entire Marvel cosmic world for a while. And led to basically no more cosmic events, at least on that scale, until you had that. What was the name of that movie that came out? Was it? Oh yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, so that was huge. And it brought another resurgence in the Marvel cosmic world, which was awesome. But Thanos' Imperative was pretty powerful, and when I was reading it, when I was going through it, I didn't realize that it was basically going to be the end of the Marvel cosmic world that I had been reading for the past 5-6 years. So I was kind of bummed. It was a great ending, fitting. You had Nova and Star-Lord sacrificing their lives for this, and that was that's the hero's journey. And it was really good. And to keep Thanos away, yeah, absolutely. That's what they would do. And so it did set up a lot of interesting things going forward. And I am really bummed that they didn't really include any more cosmic series after this, besides the Annihilators series that came out. But it was really fascinating. It did bring Thanos back on board. It did kind of set things up. Yeah, so I do enjoy this series. It wasn't what I don't think it was in my top 5 of cosmic events. If I was going to do a little listing of them, but it is a solid read. Great art, really interesting. I think Dan and Andy did a great job on this. And in something that's really challenging in comics is kind of making a finite story when all these stories just go on and on and on. There is no real end to them. So this was a really good way for them to kind of cap and put an end to at least this while of Marvel Cosmic. But what did you think about Thanos Imperative? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Were you kind of heartbroken at the end when Nova and Star-Lord died? Let me know your thoughts. Share them with me. Like, subscribe, comment. Tell me everything. Maybe you'll change my mind. Maybe you'll make me want to enjoy it more. Who knows? But as always, it's all geek to us, and I'll see you soon.